When winter or severe weather strikes, the decision to delay or close schools involves dozens of people and departments throughout MCPS. Leading the charge is the Department of Transportation.
Jim said it's bad in the Bethesda area, between trees and ice everywhere, and he says closer you get to River Road, the worse it gets.
Sure. There are many folks throughout MCPS that are involved in this, and each one has a process that automatically kicks into action as soon as there's a mention of snow or ice. An important part of our process are the folks that go out and check actual road conditions, because we're getting up to the minute actual conditions from across Montgomery County. So most of them start at 3 a.m. or sometimes 2:30 a.m. to check their areas, and they're looking at all of the school sites in their area, they're looking at sidewalks, and then they're making calls into us to update us on current conditions, because current conditions are often changing over the course of the night.
I slid trying to stop the stop sign where the buses have to stop to allow the parents to come through to the parking area.
At the same time they're out checking roads, there are folks in the offices that are talking to other counties, weather prediction services, state and county roads officials, up until about 4 o'clock. We pull all that together with the recommendations from our road folks, and by 4:15, the Department of Transportation has to have a recommendation for what to do with the school day that then goes to the Chief Operating Officer right at 4:15.
I think we'd have a very hard time if we try to open. I think the encrusted buses in ice is going to be a difficulty for us. The back roads are not going to change over the next couple hours. AccuWeather says the temps aren't going to go above freezing.
All of the information is gathered and it's given to our Chief Operating Officer, who essentially makes a recommendation to the superintendent, and then the superintendent is the one that ultimately makes the call.
By 5 a.m., an official decision about school closings or delays is made and then communicated to the greater MCPS community.
We work with local media to get the message out. We post it on our website. We send out press releases, and then we send out emails, text messages. We use social media. We have a recorded phone line. We post it on MCPS TV. So there are multiple ways that people can get the information about school closures.
The many challenges of making decisions about weather-related school closings involve concerns about teachers and staff being able to safely commute to their schools, often from far distances, as well as the geography of the county.
Our county is 500 square miles, and the weather and the very south end of our county in Silver Spring or in Tacoma Park can be very different than the weather up in Poolsville or Damascus. But we have to make a call for the whole district. There are times that these calls are slam dunks, right? You know, we've already got 5 inches of snow on the ground the night before, we're going to get another 5 inches. But most times, we have to wait to see what the weather actually does. We're often right on the line between snow and rain. And so we wait until the morning so that we can make a decision based on the best information possible.
We do our very best to get the decisions right every time, and we often have limited information at 4:15 in the morning when the decision has to be made, because sometimes the weather conditions haven't even developed yet. You got any ice over there?
Anticipated weather forecasts play a crucial role in the decisions to either close schools or implement a 2-hour delay.
So when we're deciding between a late start and a closing, we know that the conditions are bad enough that we can't open on time. So then we have to decide whether 2 hours is going to make enough of a difference in conditions that we could then operate okay. So there's a lot to think about when we're making the decision. We've got to have our buses that have to operate in whatever the weather conditions are. We have student walkers who will be walking to school. We have student drivers who will be driving to high schools.
And you just always keep student safety as your primary concern, balancing that with the idea that we want our kids in school and we don't want to lose instructional days.